Hello, my name is Talethea, and I am hoping that you all will come along with me as I work and plan and research and execute my intent to go from working from home full time to living on board cruise ships while also working full time. So let's do it. Okay, y'all. So, seasickness. I have mentioned this before as being one of the things that I am genuinely concerned about. So, I found an article. Let's talk about it. Not RobinJenGo.com did a really informative article for people who are newer cruisers or just folks that deal with seasickness. So, let's talk about it. This is definitely something I have been concerned about. In fact, when I talked to y'all earlier on about one of my other videos when I mentioned things that I'm concerned about, seasickness was one of them. So let's talk about it a little bit. It looks like Jen and, sorry, I'm messing these folks up. It looks like RobinJenGo.com. They posted the article. It's on their Facebook page, so I'll link that later so we can keep up. And they have a lot of really good information that they shared as far as like preparing and dealing with seasickness. So, what causes seasickness? It looks like it was just apparently it comes from conflicting signals that your eyes and your inner ear get when you're out cruising. Your body can tell the ship is moving, but your eyes can't tell that where the motion is coming from. So, and this usually happens especially when you're inside the ship, according to this article. So as a result, you deal with nausea, dizziness, headaches, cold sweat, fatigue. So one of the things they suggest right off the bat is choosing the right cabin. The suggestion is to go midship or a lower passenger deck. I guess whether you're towards the front or the back of the ship, so front to bow, or any of the higher decks is when you deal with it most. The suggestion is also, as you can see, they suggest picking a larger ship. I guess the larger, newer ships have better stabilizing technology, so they're more equipped to kind of help you not to deal with it. And they also say that Caribbean itineraries tend to have calmer seas than some of the other destinations. So keep that in mind, y'all. Now, apparently, they are also suggesting that if you are intending to take some kind of medication, so like the Dramamine or the Bonine, to start it before you start your trip. Not sure why that happens, but it's a suggestion, and overall, they seem to have good stuff, so I say go with it. Read the label, talk to your doctor or your pharmacist, find out if you have any other pre-existing conditions or anything that might go along with it. Either way, you want to reach out and find out, but it does look like if you're going to use the medications, you want to start them before you sail, which actually is also a good bit of information. One of the things they also say, in addition to that, is you also want to find out whether or not you'll have any like allergy issues. So be sure to check in with that as well. Now, it looks like they're also talking about the motion sickness beads. Those are drug-free. People like them because they're reusable, they're affordable, and they're easy to pack. So keep that in mind as well. If that's something you want to go with, those are an option as well. So far we've got the medication and the beads. They also suggest keeping your eyes on the horizon. I guess one of the quickest way to kind of deal with motion sickness, which makes sense, is to step outside. That way your inner ear and your eyes can kind of see the same thing. So I could see that helping. That along with the fresh air, which is another thing they mentioned. Stay hydrated, right? People go on the cruises and they want to enjoy all the drinks, which is just fine if that's your jam, but you want to balance that. Drink plenty of water and try to limit your alcohol if you know seasickness is something that you're dealing with. Staying hydrated, according to this article, is one of the easiest ways to help your body to feel its best. In addition to that, they also suggest eating small, light meals rather than the lots of big, heavy meals to kind of help your body to also fight back. Which is actually, I'll take it. That's also kind of information a lot of us ladies got when we were pregnant, right? And dealing with morning sickness. So the smaller meals they're saying like toast, crackers, fruit, bananas, and to avoid the greasy, heavy meals if you're feeling nauseous. So you might want to keep that in mind. Another thing they mentioned right there is that people find ginger cookies or ginger tea helpful. Another suggestion for that is I know there's quite a few places where you can find the hard ginger candy, so that may help as well. Then the next tip, spend time midship. If you begin noticing that the ship's movement is getting you, try to spend time in the areas that are towards the middle of the ship. So this suggestion is saying like the promenade, the main dining room, the lounges, the coffee shops, and areas that may experience less motion than the spaces that are near the bow or the stern. Let's see. Also, the next bit of suggestion there is to get plenty of fresh air. Sometimes this article saying the best remedy is to simply step outside. Whether you're relaxing on the pool deck or walking along the outdoor promenade, the fresh air can make a huge difference, which also makes sense. Apparently, try the next thing is like don't focus on the motion. So if you're constantly thinking about getting seasick, then that probably does make you a little bit more aware of all the different motion that's going on around you, and that makes sense as well. So the suggestion here is to just stay active, go to shows, explore the ship, maybe play some games or something, relax by the pool, things along those lines. So that way you keep yourself occupied and you're not necessarily focusing on the motion that's happening, which may or may not help you to feel better. The next one of the other suggestions they give, which is a good tip, is to know where to find help. So apparently you can go to the ship's medical center. They have quite a few different remedies and things that can help you. They also talk about medications and treatments that may work better than whatever you bought, or if the things you bought aren't working up until that point. Natural remedies, so they mention the ginger chews, peppermint candies, peppermint tea, motion sickness patches, electrolyte patches. I know people also put the stickers behind their ears. And it says these items are pretty inexpensive, and you should be able to like pack them and keep them along so they can help. Apparently not everybody gets seasick. So if you're one of those people, good for you, go for it. If you are not, if you are indeed one of those people, or if you just get seasick, like because this is your first cruise and your body's still just getting acclimated, keep in mind that it does happen, but you've got a ton of remedies. So let's see, final thought. According to the article says, word for word, don't let the fear of seasickness stop you from taking your first cruise. With today's modern ships and a few simple precautions, most travelers have a comfortable and enjoyable experience at sea. Pack a few motion sickness remedies just in case, stay hydrated, and remember to relax. Before you know it, you'll be watching the sunset from your balcony or enjoying your favorite spot on deck and wondering why you ever worried in the first place. Good stuff. Now this is the link. This is the article. And this is their Facebook page. So y'all go check them out. They've got lots of good information. That's it. So y'all stay tuned for more information as I plan to go from working remotely to living and working full time on cruise ships. I'll talk to y'all again soon. Y'all take care.